Welcome back to another video at Halstead Farm. I'm on night checks right now. It's a different way to start video. Got all sheep behind me that are lambing, and Harry's here as well. Harry and Herbert usually sleep up in this shed with them, but now the lambs are in here and the sheep. They only have this space in the entrance to sleep, but they still come. Now let's check on all the sheep. I'm just towards back of the shed now. We have 5 pens here, and then down this side we have 11 that have lambed. Most of these will get put into a big group tomorrow, which we'll build across here. We'll put hopefully, I'd say about 10 into there, which then frees all that side up for any that are gonna lamb. I've just seen one, it's not far off lambing. Give it another hour and then it'll be lambing. While I'm waiting for that to start lambing, and then I'll give it a hand, I'll set you up while I fill all hay and water up. So let's get them all refilled. As you've just seen, I filled all the hay racks up. That one's done in the corner. We don't have enough hay racks for these, so they all get hay in the corners. And then water bucket opposite. Now to fill all water buckets up. As you saw when I walked down the line of where the buckets are, I cleared all the hay out, and if there was any shit in the bucket, I tipped it out, because you don't want shit lying in there. And as a rule of thumb when filling the buckets up, we don't go more than half, because if a lamb gets in there, it might drown. But if it's only half full, it has more chance of keeping its head above the water until it's found. You can definitely tell Harry was a pet calf, because last year he was here in one of these pens with Herbert, because obviously his mother never took to him, so we had to bottle feed him, and it was at lambing time, so we brought him in here, and now he's just there. He'll put his head over and have a drink out of the trough there, but he'll just lie down out there all night. As you can probably hear, it's raining, so I'm not surprised he's come inside now. I'm just filling up a bucket of water for someone special. Yes, Harry's just waiting for the water. He just waits there for me to get him a bucket. Usually he just sticks his head over, but I've just had to turn water up just to fill it back up for the sheep, because I've taken all buckets out to fill all them up at the sides. Harry, can you stop staring at me? Yes, I am filming. You don't have to stare. Last night you saw me with all the sheep, checking them, but now I'm getting ready for turning lambs out. Just setting the electric fence up. I've just ran round with post knocker, put post in there, one in corner there, one over there, probably see them, 2 over there, 1 there, and up to the fence that already exists, and then they'll have free reign of all this field. That's the first run of posts out. They're reasonably straight. I don't think the sheep are going to stand at the end here and go, that's not very straight. They'll just eat all the grass and mind their own business. That's the second run done of post. Now just to come up here, along across top there, and up to the fence. That's all the posts in now. Nice and tight grouping along the edge of the banking, because it changes quite a bit. But when it's on the flat, you can space about quite a bit. Now that all plastic posts are out, next job includes drill with adapter on end, putting insulators in, which then the wire will run through between all the main posts. I've put the plastic post next to it so I get a height guide of where I'm putting it in. That's the first 3 insulators in. Now I'll just go to every post and do the same. That's 6 posts got all insulators in now. Just one final one up in top corner. It's all done. The first 10 sheep are out now. 4 in this field and the other 6 have gone down to a lower field just off the edge down there. The lambs are out for today, so that means I need to have the fence up. I'm just running bottom wire now. It should make it all the way round and then come back, and then I've got another reel to run the top wire. Now that I've walked up here and put the wire through each post, I now have to pull it tight and wrap it round this coil here and then back out through the eye to carry on that way. But by pulling it and wrapping it round there, it tightens up that section and stops it from drooping, which you can see there. As you can see now, it's nice and tight. It's like a guitar string. That'll do. That's the bottom wire all pulled tight now. I've ran it to the bottom one and now up to the middle, and then I've got to walk all the way back down and run the middle wire. I'd just finished with enough wire for that middle line. That made it all the way back up to the top by the bales, and now I'm just running this top wire out. I'm only doing 3 today because it's lambs and sheep. Nothing big is coming in here, so 3 will do it. And that's all 3 wires run out. I could run a 4th with that reel, but it's not needed. So I'll just leave it all hanging there. The electric fence is all up now for the sheep. I'm on with clearing the yard of muck. So let's get tractor and trailer loaded. I've just tipped first load now. It's just there. Time to head back for another load. That's most of the muck shifted and trailer's full again. It was just overflowing, so I've just pressed the top down so it don't come off while I'm going on the road to the field. And that's the second load tipped. Now to head back and park the tractor up and then let all cows back out. Let's play a game. Will the gate hit the tyre? Looks close, just missed. That's a good park.
Go, go. Come on, come on.
as you saw earlier, we're taking lambs out to the field. Arthur was on quad, me and Scott were in here sorting and ringing lambs. But now I've just filled up water buckets, got a bit of hay to fill up in the racks, but because I filled water buckets up, I've just had to turn the water flow back up to refill the water trough for all the other sheep, which we brought in because it started raining. They're better off staying dry because we don't want them to get wet and cold, potentially lose lambs. We've taken them lambs out today. It's cleared most of these pens. That hay feeder doesn't need to be full because there's only one on there. But there's 2 sheep to that feeder, so it's full. And then there's 2 to that one, so that's been filled up. And then I filled that one as well up because there's 2 back there. There's 1 there that'll go out in the morning if it's good weather. But these will go out either tomorrow night, probably not. But it'll be the day after if they're not out. It doesn't take long to fill up when that pipe's on full whack. I'll turn it off in a minute when it gets to the overflow just there. Try not to let it overflow because it makes all the bedding wet. But the floor does run that way down towards the front there where they're not near. So should keep it dry, but we turn it right down so it's a small trickle. So it stays full while they're in here, but it's not overflowing or goes empty. That's the last check of the night now for the sheep. We'll check on them in the morning, but we can always check on them through the night because we've got a camera up there where we can watch the cows as well on the yard, and we can turn it round to look at all the sheep. First check of the morning, and we've had a pair of twins. I've just sprayed navels on them, now just to get them into a pen. We finally got that sheep in, 3rd time's a charm. First 2 times it decided to jump out for some reason, but that's sheep for you. Now I'm on with feeding all cows and I'm getting ready for the weekend. Got 7 bales out today, 1 for this top side, 2 for the bottom yard, and I'm going to put 2 in the middle of the top yard and 2 on the far side of the yard, because this weekend I won't spoil it for the next video, but there's some stuff to move about. That's all I'm going to say, so let's get everything fed. That's 2 bales unwrapped out of the 4 and dropped off. Now to unwrap these 2 and drop them off. And now that's 3rd and 4th bale unwrapped and dropped off. Don't know if you can see, but Harry's in the front corner. He's made his way up to the top yard today. I'll have to get him out before I let all cows out. So that's all 4 bales in for them. There's the 7, 8, 10 and blue trail here. That can only mean one thing. Time to shift some milk. One good thing about today, at least the sun's shining. As you saw last night, it chucked it down, that's why we brought sheep in. They were pretty much dry this morning, which is good. They'll be able to regulate the body temperature a lot better when they're dry. And you just don't want them wet when they're lambing as well, because when you pin them down to the ground to lamb them, yeah, you get wet through. And that's not nice, but well, it is what it is. But yeah. Still on with filling trailer, probably got another another 4 or 5 bucket full, and then I'll take it to the field. Tipping it back down the side of that field, because we were going to get a government grant for that 6 metre strip, but the government have sacked it off, so might as well fill it with shit. This is second to last bucket. I'll get one more bucket on top, and then I'll take this load. Just squish it down a bit so I can get a bit more in. There's still plenty of space for another bucket there, so I'll get it in now. I've just loaded up again. That's second load. There's probably still 2 load over there, but I'll get that shifted another day. Just got back with tractor now, hopped in Kramer, time to get third load filled up and take it off to the field. That will do for the third and final load. Bit of slop on top, should stay there. But what's left over there just holds the gate against the wall now. We'll just pile all yard scrapings up, and then in a week or so I'll have another 2 trailer full to take. Now, just to let everything back out. You can tell the pet calves, just press the go button and they go. You'll just stand here and give him an ass scratch. Now, to take the tractor. Just on with tipping this final load. That's it tipped. I'll come on with Kramer in a minute and just shove these piles back up. We've just had these new rams on. They go up pretty fast, they come down alright. It's just this last section of the ram where it takes a while. One Kramer's been spotted. But it looks like Herbert has gone for a lie down in the hay. And like that, couple pushes, it's all piled up a lot higher now than what it comes out of the trailer. Now I'll be able to tip here, and we'll just keep going when we're mucking out sheds, and then we'll spread all the muck on this field, and we'll head over to the big field over there, because we've got an entrance just up the road, so we'll fill up in here once it's all combined and spread it on the big field. And like that, that's another set of lambs out and another ewe out to the field. If you enjoyed this week's video, make sure you hit like and subscribe button. Stay tuned for next week's video, and I'll see you next week.